Hello friends, my name is Emile, and welcome back to some more Forza Horizon 3. Today, we are taking a look at the cars of the Hot Wheels expansion. Now, this dropped just today, and yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. It's kind of like Blizzard Mountain, except Hot Wheels, so it should be fun. I haven't actually played with any of the sort of Hot Wheels things. I literally just got into the game and downloaded the cars, and that's what I'm here to show you in today's video. Because, yeah, we're looking at the cars of this expansion. Now, this expansion actually adds a few new cars. It actually adds 9, I believe, 8 including one barn find. The barn find, in case you're wondering, quick spoiler, skip 5 seconds if you don't want to hear it. It's a 1932 Ford of some description. It's a alright car. I guess it makes sense for a barn find. Anyways, what I'm more interested in is the couple of cars that we got, sort of, that you can buy as soon as you download the expansion. The first of which is the 1972 Chrysler VH Valiant Charger RT E49, 302 horsepower, 325 foot-pound of torque, 3,031 pounds of weight. This is a C-Class car, 529 PI, front-engined rear drive, as you'd expect a muscle car to be. Essentially what this is it's an Australian Charger, I believe. I really do not know anything about the history of this vehicle. All I know is it looks very generic American 70s. I'm not saying it's a bad car, but I just don't know enough about it to really say anything about it. It's got a 6-cylinder, that's pretty cool. Anyways, next up, we go on to the mad world of the Hot Wheels cars. First up, we have the Hot Wheels Mustang from 2005, 662 horsepower, 631 foot-pound of torque, 2,736 pounds of weight. This is an S1 class car, 900 MPI, front-engined rear drive. So, the Hot Wheels Mustang, this is one of 2 cars in this pack that we previously saw in Forza Motorsport 6, and the Hot Wheels Mustang in Forza Motorsport 6 was a really, very, very good car. This one has very different statistics to the previous one. This one actually has 162 more horsepower than the previous Hot Wheels Mustang. Not quite sure why that is, but it's what they've done. I'm assuming this thing has a GT500 engine in it. Whether it drives as well as it does in the previous game, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I'd like the Hot Wheels Mustang. It's a pretty cool looking vehicle. It's kind of Mad Maxy if you like take all of the sort of Hot Wheels decals off it. Next up, we have the Hot Wheels Twin Mill from 1969, 1,401 horsepower, 1,400 foot-pound of torque, 4,696 pounds of weight. That's a lot. It's an S1 class car, 900 in PI, front-engine rear drive, 16-litre engine. Essentially what this is it's 2 big block Chevy motors which have like superchargers and all sorts on them. This is apparently, from what I hear, one of the very first Hot Wheels cars that was ever launched, and this one is probably the most famous Hot Wheels car of all time. It is an absolutely crazy looking thing, especially when you consider the wide range of colours this came in. It comes in pink, so I was like, sod it, I'll have a pink one. Yeah, this should be a pretty insane thing to drive. I don't think it will be able to put its power down very well, especially if it ever takes the hill climb course for Reach to Peak, but yeah, that's something. Also, yeah, these cars are available for request in Reach to Peak, or should be as soon as this video goes live. Next up, we have the 2011 Hot Wheels Bone Shaker, 402 horsepower, 398 foot-pound of torque, 2,205 pounds of weight, A-Class car, 797 MPI, front-engined rear drive as you'd expect. The Bone Shaker in Motorsport 6, this was a very odd car to drive. It never quite got settled. I'm not quite sure how it's going to drive in this game, but I can imagine with a few upgrades it could be pretty cool. The Bone Shaker, it's not really my style of vehicle. I don't really like these sort of crazy hot rod, rat rod vehicles, but yeah, the Bone Shaker, it's a cool vehicle. Next up, moving on to what may very well turn out to be one of my favourite cars of the pack, we have the 2012 Hot Wheels Rip Rod, 205 horsepower, 206 foot-pound of torque, 1,874 pounds of weight, B-Class car, 700 PI, mid-engined rear drive. Now, the reason I say this might become my favourite vehicle is because this thing's actually got a 2-cylinder motor in it with 205 horsepower, which is pretty crazy. I like 2 cylinders, they're a bit weird. So yeah, this may, because it's got the quirky 2-cylinder, you know, I think it's going to be one of the more underappreciated Hot Wheels cars. I don't think many people are going to really care about this when they can go drive the Twin Mill or, you know, whatever. But, I reckon I may end up very much liking this thing. I'll have to give you an update on that. Next up, we get on to the final 4 licensed cars. This is 2016 Jeep Trailcat, 707 horsepower, 650 foot-pound of torque, 4,600 pounds of weight, S1 class car, 817 MPI, front-engined all-wheel drive. So this thing is basically, let's take the Hellcat motor and put it in a Jeep and make it a proper rock crawler Jeep thing. It's a mental contraption, this. I can imagine it's a lot of fun to drive, though. So, yeah, I'm very happy to see this thing, because I think it's going to be an absolute mental to drive, and I like mental cars. Next up, we have a car which many people have requested for a very long time. This is the 2010 Pagani Zonda R, 739 horsepower, 523 foot-pound of torque, 2,536 pounds of weight, S2 class car, 978 MPI. It is mid-engined rear drive. The Zonda R, by most people's standards, is most people's sort of favourite track special car. It's utterly mental, it's balmy, it looks great, it makes a fantastic noise. It's a Zonda, I like Zondas. The Zonda R, you know, I'm not as into it as many other people are, you know, many people, this is their favourite sort of track toy. This was one of the most requested cars forever, pretty much. Ever since this thing didn't show up in Forza Motorsport 5, people have been requesting this thing like crazy. So I'm happy for those people that it is in the game. I'll probably get a bit of use out of it, but for me personally, you know, I do prefer the CLK GTR. They're not really comparable, but yeah, the Zonda R, it is a cool car though, so yeah, you know, sure, why not? One, in my personal opinion, is my favourite car of the pack, however, is this, the 2007 Toyota Hilux Arctic Trucks AT38, 169 horsepower, 265 foot-pound of torque, 4,740 pounds of weight, B-class car, 647 MPI. It is a front-engined all-wheel drive. So, the 2007 Toyota Hilux, for those of you who don't actually remember, this is essentially the truck that the Top Gear crew took to the Arctic that one time, and it's a phenomenal thing. I'm so happy to see it. I've kind of secretly wanted a Hilux in the game for a while, because there's a lot of American pickup trucks in this game. You know, you got your F-150s and so on, but there's no real sort of European-ish trucks, and the Hilux is a rather European vehicle. Also, this thing, well, it's Japanese, but you get what I mean. Also, this thing's known for being absolutely unkillable, so yeah, I can imagine this is the vehicle I'm probably going to be driving the most out of this lot. And finally, we end with the best possible way to really end a car roundup, and that's the 2016 Zenvo ST1, a really stupidly mental hypercar. 1,086 horsepower, 1,054 foot-pound of torque, 3,944 pounds of weight, S2 class car, 924 MPI, mid-engined rear drive. The Zenvo is known for being an absolute crazy mental car from, where's this car from again? I don't even remember. It's an obscure country. Denmark, yes, that's the one. It's known for catching fire. It did that on Top Gear, that was kind of amusing. But, I mean, it's an 1,086 horsepower hypercar, how can I not love it? It is a lot heavier than I expected it to be, actually. I didn't realise it was 3,944 pounds, but that's because it's essentially a steel chassis, you know, there's no finesse to this car, and I kind of like that, you know, there's no sort of like, ooh, carbon fibre, it's made out of exotic materials. No, the Zenvo's just made out of mental Denmarkians. It should be a phenomenally difficult car to drive, but it should be a lot of fun. Overall thoughts on the actual cars themselves of this pack, I am pretty, you know, I'm happy with it. It's about as good as I could really get a Hot Wheels pack. It isn't the best car pack that's come out for this game, obviously, but I think the expansion alone should be, warrant your purchase, because I'm sure it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you on the Loop-de-Loops. I'm certainly going to be on the Loop-de-Loops. Again, my favourite car, if I had to pick one of the pack, is the Hilux, and I like the Trailcat as well. The Twin Mill also, and the Rip Rod are pretty cool. Least favourite, I don't really know, probably the Bone Shaker, just because I've already driven that in Forza Motorsport 6. That and the Valiant Charger, because I'm not Australian, you know. These Australian cars don't really click with me just because they're not for me, essentially. But yeah, really cool pack. Hopefully you enjoy the Hot Wheels pack as much as I'm hopefully going to enjoy it. And yeah, the cars are sort of a nice icing on top of the lovely orange cake that has a huge dinosaur in it. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, until my next Hot Wheels coverage, because I'll probably be covering this pack quite a bit, farewell.